Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Look, when you think of a desert, what's the first image that pops into your mind? The blistering sun, endless sand dunes, and probably a camel. For centuries, these incredible animals have been the undisputed kings of the world's most brutal landscapes. But there's a nickname they've earned that's always fascinated me: the ship of the desert. Now, on the surface, it seems a little strange. A camel is a land animal, not a boat. So why this title? Why not the car of the desert or the truck of the desert? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. It's not just a poetic phrase. It's a perfect description of how camels navigate, survive, and dominate the desert, much like a ship conquers the sea. So, grab a cool drink and let's set sail on this journey to discover the incredible secrets behind the world's most famous desert dweller. Okay, let's start with the most obvious connection: movement. Think about a ship on the ocean. It glides over the waves, powered by the wind or an engine, moving effortlessly across the vast expanse. Now, look at a camel. They don't just walk, they sway. It's a very distinct, almost rolling gait. This isn't just a quirk of their anatomy, it's a highly efficient form of locomotion. Their feet, or more accurately their pads, are perfectly designed for this. They are broad and flat, with two toes that can spread out like a snowshoe. This distributes their weight, preventing them from sinking into the soft sand, just like a ship's wide hull keeps it buoyant on the water. Now, imagine walking across a sandy beach for 100 miles with no shoes. It would be an absolute nightmare. But for a camel, these specialized pads are like built-in flotation devices for the land. They lift their feet with a sweeping motion, almost like a paddle, which allows them to move forward smoothly, conserving energy. This rolling motion also has another benefit. It allows them to cover incredible distances. Camels can travel for days, covering 25 miles a day for weeks at a time, carrying hundreds of pounds of goods. They are the freighters of the land, connecting oases, towns, and trade routes across a world where roads don't exist. This brings us to the second, and arguably most important, parallel: cargo. Just like a ship is designed to transport goods and people across the water, the camel is a master of transport across the land. But it's not just what they carry, it's how they're able to carry it. A single camel can carry a staggering amount of weight, sometimes over 400 pounds. They have these incredibly strong, long legs and a muscular hump that acts as a natural saddle, distributing the weight evenly across their back. Without them, ancient trade routes like the Silk Road would have been completely impossible. They moved everything from spices and silks to tea and salt, connecting continents and civilizations. But here's where the ship analogy becomes even more clever. What's the most vital resource a ship needs for a long voyage? Fresh water. The desert is, by definition, a place of extreme water scarcity. So, how does a camel manage? Here's a common misconception. The hump is not a water reservoir. It's a storage unit for fat. When the camel needs energy, its body metabolizes this fat, producing both water and energy as a byproduct. This is a game changer. It means they can go for weeks without drinking a single drop of water. In fact, A camel can lose up to 30 to 40% of its body weight in water and still survive, while a human can only lose about 15%. So, the camel carries its own fuel and water supply, making it a completely self-sufficient vessel for long, arduous journeys, just like a ship with a full hold of provisions. The name Ship of the Desert isn't just about movement and cargo. It extends to the very anatomy of the camel itself. Think about a ship's design. Every part is specialized for survival in a harsh environment. The camel is no different. First, their long neck and head. It's like a ship's mast, allowing them to see far into the horizon, spotting oases, landmarks, or potential dangers from a distance. Next, their nostrils. They can close them completely to prevent sand from getting in during a sandstorm. And their eyelashes. They are incredibly long and thick, acting like a protective shield, not just from the sun, but also from the blinding, wind-whipped sand, just as a ship's railings or bulwarks protect the deck. Even their leather-like knees and chest have a purpose. When a camel kneels to be loaded or unloaded, these calloused pads protect them from the scorching hot sand, which can reach temperatures of over 150 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like a ship's keel, providing stability and protection when it's stationary. Finally, we can't ignore the cultural and economic significance. For desert-dwelling communities, the camel is not just a form of transport. It's the very anchor of their civilization. It's their food, their milk, their wool for clothing, and a source of wealth and status. It's their everything. For thousands of years, the camel was the only reliable way to travel and trade across the vastness of the desert. It allowed people to survive and thrive in a place that should be uninhabitable. Just as a ship made ocean exploration and global trade possible, the camel unlocked the potential of the desert. So, when you put it all together, the nickname Ship of the Desert is no longer just a cute phrase. It's a perfect analogy. The camel moves with a rolling, swaying gait like a ship on the waves. It carries the vital cargo that sustains life and commerce. And its body is a feat of engineering, perfectly adapted to withstand the harsh conditions of its environment, just as a ship is built to endure the rigors of the sea. From its wide, sand-buoyant feet to its self-contained fuel and water supply, the camel truly is the ultimate vessel for navigating a land of extremes. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most poetic names are also the most accurate. The camel isn't just a survivor of the desert, it's the very thing that makes the desert traversable. It's a desert voyager, a sand surfer, and for good reason, the undisputed ship of the desert. Thanks for watching, and if you learned something new, hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating topics. Let me know in the comments what other animal you'd like to see us explore. See you next time.